Oh, hello. Welcome to the show. Now, I told you all we'd be opening today's show with a special announcement. So, here's the big announcement. Oh, did you notice there's no background? Do you think that has something to do with it? It might. Hmm. That is right. This podcast, the Thursday Night Indie Spotlight, and the Wrestling Wire are now both part of the XWW network. So you can be sure you check out XWW online. It's Extreme World Wrestling. Go check it out. You can find it on Roku. You can download the app. And for a subscription fee, you can check out all this great indie wrestling content that they have to offer. Their Facebook page is huge. They've got tons of subscribers. So big ups to cheers to Manny Mac on that. Good doing business with you, sir. And yeah, man, we're now part of the XWW network. So if that's the case, allow me to bring in the new background. So that made it so see everybody's represented here. So we got everything covered. Good to go. Now, that's the big news. We're part of XWW now. That's great. We're still with the real wrestling community. I'm still the same. I'm still the same asshole I've always been. Speaking of assholes, I've got some ridiculous shit I've got to cover in today's show. It gets worse before it gets better, guys. Take my word for that. Where the hell did I put that thing at? There it is. Oh man. So how's everybody doing tonight? Everybody doing good out there in La La Land? You guys doing good, having fun. Did you watch Mr. Larson's show? And he had on Luka Daniels, who was on Monday Night Raw, and then he told you to come over here. Oh God, you part of this and that and those. You done went big time. Hey man, look. I've followed your directions. That's exactly all I ever did was just follow what you told me to do. You told me, go get it. So I did. So I went after everything. You told me I could have whatever I wanted. So I just went and decided to fucking take it all. That's what I'm here for. Brino Royce, congratulations. Thank you, my brother. Much love to you, my friend. Michael King says, greetings. Hello, sir. How are you doing this evening? I caught y'all's interview and AJ's statement about new ownership and new management at APW Boiling Springs. Yeah, you never know who's going to show up at those things, man. You never know who's going to show up in the indies, man. David Dudley, Mr. King. No. Mr. King is in the audience. I'm Ron or the Saint, whatever you want to call me. You can just call me asshole if you like, if that makes it better for you. But either way, we gotta cover some shit, guys. So if you didn't know what happened, I got to bring this up because you guys have got to see this footage. This shit from this weekend was absolutely insane. There was a sneak attack at Pro Wrestling Union's Monsters Brawl. Now this happened after the match Antonio Morgan had, which I'm going to play this video. I'm going to slide over there to my gear bag here in just a moment, and I'm going to grab my handy dandy notebook, which has got my great list of shit to do. But real quick, check out this sneak attack. Now, this is fan footage, guys, so this is as real and raw as it gets. And I'm going to tell you one thing. I hope to God you all can hear it because it's worth listening to. Check it out.
How about now?
All right. So y'all saw that. Randy Wayne sneak attacked, absolutely sneak attacked, and hit damn Antonio Morgan from behind, bust his ass with a chair, and it did some sort of weird cutter looking maneuver to him. I don't know what that move is exactly, but it looks like a cutter. But anyway, this this shit's getting crazy. He was fired a month ago after he slapped Cole at the pro wrestling or at the classic pro wrestling show held at AWL's home at the Welford Pavilion, which he had a no trespassing order against him there, so he wasn't even supposed to be there. So he showed up being a dick, was getting thrown out, got in somebody's face, ended up slapping Cole, and Cole took it on the chin like a champ. And then him and Randy got to shoving back and forth. Randy pulled a hockey move on his ass and put him to the ground that way. Security finally got his ass out of there, and he left, I guess. And then a cop showed up. That was freaking nuts. So you had all that shit. Then he got fired from Pro Wrestling Union within the next 24 to 48 hours. And then now he shows up at Pro Wrestling Union and jumps Antonio. What the fuck does Antonio have to do with any of this? I'm so confused. Like, why did he go after Antonio? Did he go after Antonio because Antonio and Derek had a problem? That's what I was thinking. I'm like, well, what the hell? What is this? Then all of a sudden, we get another piece of footage. We get this whole other video file. Just wait and see now. Check this out.
Randy, I told you what was going on. I told you what they were all about. I know you wanted to listen to them. You wanted to believe them. You didn't want to believe that they like they are. They don't care. They don't care. You saw in there. You saw what happened. It was beautiful. You made the right call. How about it now?
Come here and listen to this. Get a little closer. I got something to say.
Let the man talk.
You see, here's my perception of this situation. 18 years I've been in this business. And for 18 years, the only person I worried about was my damn self. And then I start knowing, okay, you know, I'll listen to the fans. I'll shake a few hands. I'll sell a couple more t-shirts. Start being nice to everybody in the back. And then I have some punk wannabe goof promoter who bought his way into the business kissing Jay Eagle's ass. Try to make an example out of me. And then, of all people, guy who's supposed to be one of my better friends, Cole Maccabee, is gonna fire me because I stood up for myself. Let me explain something to you people. 2 or 3 years ago, none of this would have happened. Nobody would have tried me because they knew I would walk through everybody in the back of that locker room looking for a real damn fight. Well, here's what's happened. You guys wanted the outlaw. Well, now you've got the outlaw, and you get to deal with the repercussions of that. This is step one. Jimmy Ward, you keep putting my name in your mouth on social media. I'm over it. You get a no trespass order put on me. You saw how well that worked. Has Cole Maccabee's eardrum healed yet? Probably not. Has his pride healed yet? Definitely not.
Never.
So, I've got a solution to this, Jimmy Ward. Let's take this back a little old school. Let's knuckle up or shut up. Next time you run a show at the Welford Pavilion, you backyard goof, I'm gonna show up and I'm gonna beat the brakes off of your ass, not in a wrestling match, in a fight. So go ahead and lift your little silly no trespass order and see what happens. Derek, thank you.
Thank you.
All right. So that's what we got going on. Apparently, The bounty was there, as they said. Yeah, Derek had a bounty on Antonio. I forgot things. You ever forget? It happens to me. I got a memory, about as long as Derek Vanderford's hair. So I don't remember shit too much. I, I don't remember things good like you and your buddy over there. But it's okay. So we'll go with that. We're gonna catch up on comments and then we'll get going into the next step. Let's see here. Ron Emerson, International Man of Mystery. Dude, all right. So about that, I legitimately wanted the Austin Powers music to be my theme music, but I wanted it edited. I wanted the high flute thing taken out, and I wanted like just a snare drum added to it. That's 100% real. I thought that would have been badass entrance music. Let's see. Evening, Ron. Evening, Mr. Mac. How you doing? That's the owner of Pro Wrestling Union, Cole Maccabee there. David, hey, evening, sir. Jimmy Ward said, I hate that footage. Well, I mean, the angle's a little rough. It's kind of hard to see who's who. But there's a lot of stuff to that. Let me answer that while I do this. But yeah, the bounty, he had the bounty on that. Let's see here. Brino would whoop his ass. Just saying. Okay, I'm guessing you're talking about you would whip Randy Wayne's ass, right? Gotcha. Trying to work. I don't understand. And Gary, the reason I say I don't understand is if that's the case, what's the point of it? You see what I'm saying? In order for something to be a work, it has to have a meaningful point or ending. There has to be a destination. So I haven't seen anything that would lead me to that. So hey man, but look, you've been in this business for like 30 years. I've been in it for like 3. So I don't know. You know well more than I do. Oh no, 4 years. I've been in this business 4 years now. As of yesterday, the 2nd. 4 years in indie wrestling. My 4-year as an announcer will be. Is it 4 years? No, it's not. No, it didn't. I can't count. It's 3 years. 3 years in this business. So yeah, 3 years as an announcer as of January. Let's see here. Brina Roy said, "Watch him out, baby. King Enterprises loves Jimmy. Hell yeah, dude. Everybody who works for Jimmy has a good time working for Jimmy. I don't have a problem with working with any of the promoters I work for. I like everybody, but that's just me. Maybe I'm naive." Diana McGeorge says, "Hey, Mickey. Hey, Minnie. How are you?" Let's see here. Jimmy Ward. "I'm going to be reaching out to King Enterprises soon enough." Oh, well, really? Well, their advisor can help you with that. 3 years, Ron. Yeah, we started saying, dude, I told you I can't count either. I can't count. I don't have a memory. I'm barely a part of a person. I'm barely even remotely part of being a person. I'm not sure I'm a normal person whatsoever. I already know I'm not normal. I think that was my Halloween costume. I went as a normal person this year. I did the trick or treat thing with the kids. So, let's see here. Espo Hayeswood about Regal Wars. Then you'll understand. Let's talk soon. Sure. All right. I'll ask Bill about Regal Wars, and then I'll get it. And yeah, hell yeah, man. We can talk soon. But it's all about to come to a head. Well, I've got Jimmy. I've got pictures for this. Let's see here. But before I get to that, let me cover everything else. Okay, we're going to cover everything else. So we're going to recap Monsters Brawl. Now, unfortunately, the Real Cut Shaw was unable to make it due to medical issues. Our opening matchup was Christopher Prince, Buggy Wright, and the Wrestling Machine Corey Sparks in a triple threat matchup. Christopher Prince came away with the win. I will tell you one thing. You can't ask for a much hotter opener than a triple threat with 3 extremely gifted, talented wrestlers. And that's what you got. You had a triple threat matchup with 3 of the premier young talents in our area. And Chris Prince has been doing this a good while. Christopher Prince has been doing this a while. I don't know how long Corey Sparks has been doing it. Him and I are going to set up an interview and we're going to discuss all that shit live and in living color on air right here for all of you people. So be on the lookout for that whenever I announce that it's going to happen. But for an opening contest, I sat there, after I did the announcements, got out the ring, went and sat in my spot. It was like, Jesus Christ. A lot of mind games played. Christopher Prince hauled ass to the back. The two guys fought, real good. And just when it was about to end, Chris Prince slid in and stopped the count. And the match kind of kept going from there. And next thing you know, Christopher Prince walked away with the dub. Out came Deion Johnson to have a conversation with the Union County crowd because he is Union County's own Black Cat. Now, he went out there, had his thing, and out comes Cam Jackson, and it gives him a ration of shit and insults the fans. It's like, dude, you got to calm it down. I don't get where all the animosity came from, man. Those two have been fighting each other in a wrestling ring as long as I've been around, so I know it's had to have been going on longer than that. Then we ended up with Nathan Cross versus Mitch Robertson in your second matchup. Now, Nathan Cross is one half of NAV, a very decorated tag team in the Carolinas. Nathan Cross is a talented young wrestler. Anybody who doesn't see that, you need to open up your eyes and take the bias off your lenses because you're fucking smoking something. The dude is hella talented. Very humble guy, super nice guy, and was there to the bitter end of the night, along with a plethora of other people. There was still a shit ton of people there at the end of the night putting the ring up and breaking down gear and everything else. I love that. That's good shit. And I don't care what anybody says. When you have talent that respects you enough to stay there and help to do the thing after you did the damn thing, that's where it's at. That's good people to have around. I'm all about stuff like that. Now, Mr. Cross fell short to Mitch Robertson. For God's sakes, Mitch Robertson is 3 times the size of Nathan Cross. So we kind of saw where this was going, but man, if it wasn't an entertaining matchup. Third match of the night was Cooper the House Housley versus Antonio Morgan. As we know, Antonio Morgan won that matchup, then got sneak attacked by Randy Wayne after he was distracted by Derek Vanderford. So we're all sitting there like, what the hell is Derek doing? Because I'm sitting in the, over in the control area, like, what is Derek doing? And then the music guy looks at me, he's like, I don't know. Jimmy's sitting over there. Well, what the hell's he doing out here? He's not in the script. None of us knew. None of us knew what was going down. So next thing you know, out comes this cat in a mask, and he came from the crowd area. He came in from like the front door where the fans came in at. He slipped around over the guardrail that way and slid in the ring with this chair, and he bashed the hell out of Antonio with it. Dude, and I carried the chair out of the ring because there was people, oh, that's fake, that's fake, that's fake. They were saying it was a fake chair, so I held up the chair and I knocked on it. And all you could hear was bone, because I'm skinny, on metal. And that's all you could hear. And I'm like, the chair ain't fake, y'all. I don't know what the hell y'all are on, but the chair ain't fake. Y'all can relax. That's a real chair. And then some little girl was like, no, it's fake. That's not even a real dent. So I held it up to her, and she rubbed the dent, and she was like, oh, God. So there you go. The proof is in the pudding. The chair was metal and warped to hell. But either way, that was an awesome third matchup. Fourth matchup of the night was Brittany Jade versus Jasmine Howe. This match didn't even get off without going nuts in the opening. It seems to be that way every time Jasmine Howe's around. But unfortunately for her, it wasn't her who started off with the ruckus in the beginning. It was Brittany Jade. Brittany's been seeing this girl and knows what she's doing and knows what she's capable of. So what occurred was Jasmine's out there trying to play to the crowd. Brittany come up from behind her and just knocked the hell out of her. Knocked her right off the ring and into the guardrail. If you haven't seen it, you'll be able to see all this stuff on Pro Wrestling Union's YouTube Explosion series. Be sure you're on the lookout for that. Speaking of, I got to bring this up too. Big shout out, Blue Horse Media, Luke Adams. Welcome back, brother. Very, very glad to see you again. Lots of fun working with you. And hell, great. Dude, I even learned shit. When I get to learn something from somebody, I'm happier to be around them. So I got to learn stuff from Luke while he was working. That is a winner right there. That's a winning environment. Big time welcome back to Luke. Before I continue on, Cole Maccabee said it's called respect. I respect and appreciate that locker room, and they respect and appreciate you, sir. Thank you, Cole Maccabee. Brino Roy said, yes, welcome back, Luke. Hell yeah, man. Big time. But so Brittany Jade ended up getting the best of Jasmine Howe in that matchup. Dude, those two ladies beat the ever-living hell out of each other. I can't wait for that full match to be released because there is something to be said about two beautiful young women beating the shit out of each other that does all sorts of great things for me. And then we went into the Pro Wrestling Union Interim Heavyweight Championship match. So here's how this all shook out, and you'll get to see the video when it comes out, but I'll go ahead and give you the details now. I'm in the ring on the microphone, and I said, hey, look, this following contest is for the Pro Wrestling Union Interim Heavyweight. Music started playing. I didn't even get to finish my statement. Drew Hood's music hit. He comes out, looks at me. I think he makes me open the ropes for him. I don't know. I don't remember. I know I had to open the ropes for somebody, but I can't remember that far back. So, either way, Drew gets in the ring, takes the microphone from me, and he starts fussing at me about the interim title. Look, I'm paid to read from a script. I'm paid to read, not to lead. This is what I do. So if I'm told to say Drew's a jackass, I'm going to say Drew's a jackass. But that's not what I was told to say. I was told to say Pro Wrestling Union Interim Heavyweight Championship match. Anyway, so all of a sudden he gets in there and he starts trash talking the fact that his opponent was sick, the guy couldn't make it. Joshua Cutshaw, the real Cutshaw, Cooter the Shooter Shaw. He was going on and on about this guy's sick, but is his other personality sick? I don't know. He was going nuts. So finally, he just said, take this and announce my opponent. Get my opponent out here. I'm ready to get this over with. The music hits, and you would have thought Drew Hood pissed his pants. He was shaking so bad, I'm surprised there wasn't a puddle of piss on the mat. Let me tell you what. The moment Bring the Noise by Anthrax and Public Enemy hit, most of us in the building knew what was up, and we knew what was coming. Not everybody did, because not everybody travels like I travel, or some of us travel or get around a bit with these wrestling shows. But all of a sudden, Bring the Noise hit, and we know that Drew's opponent is Mad Dog Josh Powers. Yes, the very same Mad Dog Josh Powers you've seen at other promotions. He was at Pro Wrestling Union, and he came bearing gifts. It wasn't Christmas time, but it was a treat for all of us, because he had some tricks in that bag. Brother, let me tell you, he brought out a trash can. There was some lumber in there. There was some trash in there, legitimately. There was a chair, a couple of them in there. There were some cooking pans. There was some tombstones. There was all kinds of shit in this thing. There was a broom. You guys have got to check out the footage that came out. So all of a sudden, he chucks that up and into the ring. I'm smart enough to get the hell out of Dodge. I bail out the ring, and Drew's yelling at me like, what is this? What is this? What are we doing? What are we doing? Oh, yeah, I forgot to tell you. I am very forgetful, man. I'm sorry, but this match is being contested under Mad Dog Mayhem. And the crowd erupted. He about shit a brick, and he proceeded to get his ass whipped. Everything that was in there in that trash can got used. It was insanity. It was a great time. You gotta watch this matchup when it comes. There's a couple clips already out there. Go check out Drew Hood's Facebook. Go check out Cole McAbee's Facebook. Hell, it might even be on Josh Powers' Facebook. Go check it out. I actually sent that footage, a couple of pieces, over to some buddies of mine who are wrestling connoisseurs. We'll call them connoisseurs because they ingest a multitude of wrestling content daily. So their thing was they were like, man, that chair spot is extremely freaking dangerous, but bravo to both of those guys because that was perfect. And then the spot with the the batter up music and the damn broom, pow! They died laughing. They were like, okay, this is perfect. This is hilarious. This is getting good. So either way, Drew Hood retained over Mad Dog Josh Powers in a fantastic match. But man, the way he ended it with that power bomb from the corner through two chairs, covered him with the chairs, and took the W, it was insane. The main event of that night was a battle royal where the winner of the battle royal got a number one contender shot at Drew Hood's interim Pro Wrestling Union Heavyweight Championship. Now, I'm going to read to you the order of entry for this. I am not going to read you how they went out. Two reasons. Number one, I can't remember. Number two, I didn't write it down. So, in this contest, number one entrant was Bebop. We had Chief Tommy Django come out, but he wasn't Chief or Tommy Django. He was New Django. He had on the New Jack garb, and my man looked like New Jack, about a foot shorter and just as pissy and mean. So it fit. Nathan Cross, Corey Sparks, Cam Jackson, Antonio Morgan, Buggy Wright, Christopher Prince, Black Cat Dion Johnson, Cooper the House Housley, Peterbilt, and the Scottish Warhammer, Mitch Robertson. Dude, I'm going to tell you one thing. In and out and over, the crazy shit that came out of this was Cam got eliminated and then somehow caused Dion to be eliminated too. Like he was pulling him and holding him and they got him up and over. It sucked. I don't like how they got him out. It's like, come on, man. You couldn't have just let him get eliminated by somebody else in the thing. You could have had that go over. But no, Cam had to butt in there and be a dickhead and grab him and try to pull him over the top. I don't get it. Your final two for that matchup were Mitch Robertson and Bebop. Bebop got him into the ropes on the side and lunged at him and leaped into him with like a diving clothesline. They both went up and over the top rope. However, Bebop held on and did not touch the floor, and Bebop is your winner. Bebop is the new number one contender for the Pro Wrestling Union Interim Heavyweight Championship. Now, I am very interested to see if Chase Emery has anything to say about this and what he has to say about this if he does have something to say. I'm real interested in that part. I'm not saying anything I don't know or do know because I don't have any more video content. This is all I have is what you saw on here. But I'm just saying, I really want to know what Chase thinks about all this. Or does Chase care? Where's Vanderford in this? Vanderford's over here talking with Randy Wayne. Vanderford's over here talking about Christopher Prince. Is Vanderford getting too busy to handle Chase Emery? Is that a thing? I don't understand. Where's Vanderford's priorities at? Because is he trying to say, well, you don't want to put all your eggs in one basket? Or is he just not convinced that his champ isn't the champ anymore? Where are we at with this? Somebody needs to get Derek on the phone because I'm telling you, the world has questions. Is he going to answer? That's a big deal. Whoa. Breaking news, because I don't even have this picture, I don't believe. Dion has put in a request. He wants Cam Jackson on December 3rd. Cole McAbee, is that for the Carolinas Championship? Is that for the Carolinas Championship? Is that what's going on? Or is that just a one-on-one? What are we doing here? That's some really good fucking tea. I'm a tea drinker, guys, and that's some really good tea. I've got pictures for Holiday Havoc, so I'm ready for that. But what's he going to do with it? I guess that's what we need to know. So, guys, we've already covered Pro Wrestling Union Monsters Brawl. We're going to talk about another show that's upcoming, and then we're going to talk about two upcoming shows. First and foremost, an upcoming show that I have on, as part of our agreements with the XWW Network. XWW presents Casino Night. It's a TV taping. This is at Lenny Boy Brewing Company, Friday, November the 11th. Doors open at 5:30. Show starts at 7. Free admission. Tryon's, was it 3000 South Tryon Street in Charlotte, North Carolina. Guys, so you mean to tell me that I can go to this bar and get a free wrestling show? Bar wrestling show. Bar wrestling show. I kind of like the idea of that. I like the sound of that. I may have to make me a little trip ski to the old Charlotte. Oh, here we go. Knowing Dion, he'll put that championship on the line, but nothing has been signed yet. Okay, fair enough. Hey, look, no, I got to be kind of inquisitive, man. I got to ask these things because, well, two reasons. Number one, I got to announce the damn thing, so I got to know what I'm going to say. I understand we're a month away to the day, but yeah, I gotta be able to plan forward for this stuff. I do like to plan forward, but you know that. So we've got some more interesting stuff coming up. I've got most of the card here for November Pain, which is AWL's final show of the year for real this time. They're coming back with one more. Love the work that Manny Mac has been putting in at XWW. Dude, so do I. If I could get him on the phone, I'd be a whole lot better with everything. But, it is when you try, you got to communicate with people, man. And that dude's busier than hell because he runs pretty often, I think. I'm not too sure how often he runs, but, that's part of the agreement. He's putting me on the network. I'm promoting all of the shows. I'm down with it. That's a deal. That's a deal. That's more exposure for me. It's more exposure for him. It's a win-win situation. Hey guys. Oh, wait. This only applies to certain other people, who do podcasts. This is how you conduct business. Just FYI. But don't hang your hat on too much of that business stuff because here's the thing. When you mean to tell me, I want y'all to put this in perspective and think about this for a minute. I want you to quantify this with your brain skis if you can. Listen. You mean to tell me over the weekend there was probably 5-6 shows that ran. 5 or 6 of them that ran. Okay. Saturday night, right? 5 or 6. Now, these 5 charged admission to the event, the venue, and the matches. This one over here did not charge admission. These 5 had crowds. The one that was a free show didn't have a nobody show up. There was a free show, a free wrestling show. Didn't have nobody show up over the weekend. Now, I'm going to put it in perspective for you. It's not because it was a free show at a bar or Lenny Boy Brewing Company or any of these other places. It wasn't because they ran against other shows that had, more talent or whatever on it or better marketing or anything else. The reason that show didn't draw anything is because the word has gotten out about the promoter and about the company. And with that being said, they can go fuck themselves. That's it. I don't care. The promoter's a jackass. And that dude deserved to have exactly 0 in attendance. I feel sorry for the guys that showed up and worked. If they didn't get paid, why are you working? If you don't get paid, why are you working? If you're not making money, what the fuck are you doing in this? if you're not trying to get better, you're not trying to improve, you're not driven by success, what are you driven by? I don't go to the bathroom for free. Okay. I really don't. I don't get on air for free. I don't go to work for free. I do go to wrestling shows for free as a fan, but that's it. I don't do anything for free. Why would a wrestler who's supposedly somebody get in there, get their asses handed to them, and walk out with no dollars? What does that prove? Can somebody tell me something? Oh, hey, look. Yeah, I know. No, that's all it was. It was just that little blip of why. Why is that? I don't understand. Free and can't get a fan. Damn, that sucks. So let's talk about November Pain because I've got pictures for that lined up. I've got pictures for Holiday Havoc lined up, and I got another show to announce that I'm going to be a part of. That still hasn't been brought up yet. That's coming up in in the final segment. Which hell, this is the final segment. We're going to start covering shit. Cole, that sounds like something we talked about Saturday. Yeah, it is. It's exactly what we were talking about. Promise you. We know. So let's talk about November Pain. Is there anybody from the AWL locker room, anybody from the AWL company, anybody from AWL period that wants to talk about what we got coming up? I don't care if it's Scott Larson, because guess what? Scott's going to be there as far as I know. I haven't heard back on that. I need to check my messages. Did he message me back to tell me whether or not he's coming? He did not. I swear to God, me trying to remind that guy to send me a message is like pulling teeth. Larson, send me a message. You got to tell me whether or not you're going Saturday or Sunday, next Sunday. But look, I'm going to start this. If anybody wants an invite, you know how to do it. You send me a direct message, I'll shoot you an invite. We good to go. Let's see here. We got Crucifix versus the Commodore Legion. That is a matchup made in hell. I have seen the Commodore Legion before, and I have seen Crucifix. These two dudes are both brutal bashers. Crucifix, you just saw him on Monday Night Raw and AEW last week. So you got all these, you got star power out the ass. It's crazy. We've got the role model Chris James versus the B-rated horror movie Jack's Insane. I'm not so sure. I think I've seen these two go at it before, but I'm not 100% sure. But I can tell you one thing. Jax has been on a tear lately, and Chris James, I haven't seen Chris James in months. So here's best of luck to you, Chris James. I'm going to have to pick Jax for this one because I just haven't seen Chris in a while. What is this? November Pain is going to be crazy. That match can go either way. Oh, I agree entirely. Yeah, I'm with you, Jax. I call Jax because I haven't seen Chris in a while. So I don't know. I just haven't seen Chris in a while. So I got to go with Jax on that one. In a rematch, you've got Buggy Wright versus Luka Daniels, as seen on WWE and AEW. You've got Luka Daniels coming in. Now, him versus Buggy. Last time out, Buggy Wright lost that matchup to Luka Daniels, and he blamed it on some shit. So, look, you going to tell me that he's going from fighting Omos, 7'4", 420 pounds of badass Jack Omos, to fighting Volkswagen Buggy Wright? What are we doing here? I like. You gonna tell me that Buggy's got a chance against Luka? I don't buy it. I don't buy it. I got Luka with this one. Luka all the way. Yup, Luka again. Exactly. Looking forward to the rematch, man. I didn't get to see the first one. Oh Lord, here we go. Somebody, y'all heard it? Did y'all hear it? Did you hear the ping? Somebody said send it. So here we go. We're going to find out who's going to join us here on air. Well, let me phrase that. I already know, but you're going to find out who's going to join us here on air. Oh yeah, it takes a while to copy the thing from the link, and then you got to go to the internet icon, and then you got to do the things and get there. So we got somebody get ready to pop on air. We'll find out who it's going to be. Well, damn, I'm sorry to keep you all in suspense. Oh, here it is. Oh, Lord. Look at this month. The name Cowboy Killer. Shouldn't that be Outlaw Killer?
Yeah.
It should.
Either way.
Either way, got it.
Either way.
I haven't got to that part yet.
Well,
how you doing this evening?
Just keep doing you. I'm here. I'm actually eating.
Okay, you're actually eating. Gotcha. Well,
I'll be here while you keep doing what you're doing.
Okay. All right. Let's see here. So Jimmy Ward decided to jump in. Thomas Scott chimed in. Hello, Thomas. How you doing, sir? This is another badass promoter here in the North Carolina region.
Thomas who?
Thomas Scott.
I don't know who that is.
He's been to your house partying. How do you not? Well, let's see. We got Antonio Morgan versus Cooper Housley. Now, Antonio and Cooper just went at it this past weekend in Union. However, that match ended and then went into straight bullshit when you had Randy Wayne attacking Antonio afterwards. So I'm interested to see how this pans out because now Cooper's the younger guy in this, right? So yeah. Cooper is learning as he goes, and he just went up against Antonio. So now he's got to have a better game plan. I expect this to be highly contested right here. I really do. I anticipate that to be very highly contested. Oh, Thomas Scott said he's at work. Man, I understand that. Look, me too. I'm at work.
Cooper has Antonio in age, height, and weight. And that all of that combined could spell trouble.
Well, that's quite possible.
You know, if you have a couple matches with somebody, you figure out stuff in each match. So the time you have the next match, you know, you bring a different game. You know, you try a different strategy. You know what theirs is, you know. So the more they do it, the better it gets.
You said you got moved. You got moved to a new place. You got moved to a different job. You got moved to what? What are we talking about, Thomas? Let's see what else we got here. So that was Cooper and Antonio. I'm gonna go. You know what? I'm gonna call it here. I think I'm gonna go with Cooper because the young guy learned Antonio. I'm gonna go with Cooper on this one.
I like Cooper.
I do too. I like Cooper for this one.
I like Cooper in general.
Yeah, as do I. As do I. I think Cooper's chances could be better. Learn from his mistakes this past weekend. That was exactly my point. I like being in the locker room with Cooper. He will offer you advice if you ask him. He's one of the boys. I
got a question.
What's that?
I was thinking about bringing the spaghetti back for November Pain. I don't think Cole ever got a plate of my spaghetti.
I didn't either. I didn't eat. I did not eat that day.
Yeah.
Once I got there, I did not eat. You ain't lying. How you gonna eat the hottest dish on the fucking planet on the hottest day on the fucking planet in the summertime in South Carolina?
Hey, look, we can always years from now we'll look back and go, remember that time we run that July show and it was hot as fuck? And it was. Nobody, if you weren't there, we can't begin to tell you how miserably hot the atmosphere was. Unbelievable.
Dude, it was fucking hot. And I was in a monkey suit. And damn, all right. Hey, I got to give credit Bill Hazelwood for being highly intelligent, very much smarter than me. He wore a tuxedo t-shirt.
Yeah.
So he was way better off than I was in doing that.
And shorts.
Yes, and shorts. I was only in the suit for a little bit, though. I changed back into my regular standard gear.
You You live and we learn. We learned we don't run shows outside in July.
Yeah, this is true. Scott said, yeah, a new place. Hell yeah, man. That's great. He's going with Antonio on this one, said David Dudley.
Yeah.
Thomas Scott said he will be there. Awesome. That's cool.
Oh, yeah.
Brino Royce approves the pasta. So there's a thumbs up for the pasta. Cole said, bring that spaghetti. It's always a good time for spaghetti.
He said, I remember back in July, he said, I'm going to be mad if I get a plate of SpaghettiOs.
Damn.
And for you, that's what I had in mind. That's funny.
Yeah. Bill's been doing this for 20 years. He knows a thing or two. Well, yeah, but I mean, I was still thinking you got to dress the part when you're working the thing. So I was thinking I need to be gimmick to the nines. Thomas Scott said, I can't eat it. Allergies. What the hell are you allergic to? It's in spaghetti.
Probably something either he's allergic to the pasta or something in the saucer. I don't know.
I can't imagine. I mean, that would mean that, well, then there's no ketchup, tomatoes, none of that shit if he's allergic to that. I don't know. He's allergic to tomatoes.
How do you see the comments? Can you?
Yep. Push chat. Push comments.
There you go.
Oh, but I can't see the video now.
We want me to see the video.
Okay.
There you go. And also, hey, shout out to Gavin Tyler in the back for this kick-ass logo update. Appreciate you.
Yeah. He's on.
I'll pay you when I see you.
He's playing video games. He's has his headset on and all that shit.
It's all good. Tell him I'll pay him when I see him.
Mm-hmm.
Or you'd hope Bill would know something within that time. Yeah, I would hope Bill would know something in 20 years. I would really hope that.
And I fell in love with the spaghetti, and they have begged me ever since to bring it back.
David Dudley said, Thomas, I'll keep you breathing until EMS gets there.
Yeah, it's just an allergic reaction. They can fix that real quick.
Yeah. Thomas said, next show, December 16th. That's your next show is December 16th. All right, so I got to write that. Wait a minute. I got to write that down somewhere. Yeah, okay. December 16th for Pro Wrestling Savage. Got it. Okay. Cool. I'll write that down in the calendar. I ain't going to do too much in December. I've made up my mind. I'm going to chill more in December.
I know I'm going to be off December, January, and February.
Oh, no. See, I can't. Thomas Scott's got to go back to work. Brother, it's all good. You can listen to the recap of the show from the top to the bottom when you get off. Trust me, you'll laugh. You might even get off. I don't know. Let's see here. We were at Antonio. Now we are at this right here. Garrett Sinclair versus Mitch Robertson. All right. I don't know too much about Garrett Sinclair. I've seen him a couple times. I don't know too much about his in-ring work, but Mitch Robertson I've seen for years, and that dude is a freak of fucking nature. So
I don't know that if Garrett was trained completely by Lodi, but I know he's trained at Lodi's.
Gotcha. Oh, that's cool. Hey, Lodi schools got good reputation. Now, this picture just came out, I think, today. And Jimmy, you got some explaining to do.
Oh,
No rules street fight. Randy Wayne versus Jimmy Ward.
that's right. Well, it's real simple. There's always been a tension for some reason dating back to 2019 at CPW. Started probably David Cody brought Randy Wayne in at a time when me and David Cody wasn't getting along. David Cody had been Nathan Moore in a streak of, and that me and Buck wasn't too happy with. I mean, he was booking him and he was losing, and we weren't real happy with that. And he was bringing Randy Wayne in, and we felt like that it was, it just wasn't the right time for Randy Wayne to come in and go against Mason. So we weren't real happy with that booking, and we were trying to get things turned around for Mason, and it was in the process of doing that. So me and Cody didn't see eye to eye on that. So Randy come in the middle of some heat, and I think he took it personally, maybe because it was David Cody was his friend, and he didn't know me from shit. So he took offense to my reaction with, or my interaction with Cody at the time. Nothing was never really said about it for quite some time. In and at different shows that Randy Wayne would be at. Sometimes we'd speak, sometimes we wouldn't, but never was really no issues. I booked him for. I was at one of Cole's shows, and Randy was there, and we got to talking, and I asked him to be on the Takeover show for this year, and all was good and well until 52 Reasons happened. And when 52 Reasons happened, there was a little incident at 52 Reasons that Randy Wayne caught wind of, and he made a social media post about it, making fun of it and the people involved in it. I didn't like it because I just didn't like it. I had something to say about it. He didn't like the fact that I had something to say about it. Things got a little escalated. Things were said. He is removed from the Takeover show. Just things were about to boil over, so we just kind of backed off and let it be. Then Gavin was wrestling on the Uprise show up in Hendersonville, and I was up there for that. He had a match with James Johnson. I was about to do business with James Johnson, so I was out there watching the match. When that match was over, and after Randy Wayne got through disrespecting somebody on the front row, he come over there and got in my face, stood in front of me in an intimidating manner, trying to intimidate me, and mouthed off some shit. And as I was responding to his bullshit, he shoved me. So he escalated it completely from one step to another, all the way up to a physical confrontation. Okay, of course, 12 people standing around saw what happened, jumps in the middle. Nobody can get at each other, blah, blah, blah. After about a week of stewing over that, I kind of let it ride. And then he kept talking shit on Facebook and social media, kept bringing it up, kept talking shit, this, that, and the other. It went back and forth. It kept escalating. Then he made the threat he was coming to the CPW show. I took steps to try to keep that from happening. Didn't want nobody throwing a wrench in the show. He showed up at the CPW show anyway, caused a big scene, slapped Cole. One thing after another. It just kept going and going and going. And eventually, the bullshit needs to stop. It just needs to stop. And he showed up at Pro Wrestling Union last Saturday and attacked Antonio Morgan. I didn't have any interaction with him. I was there. I saw him. He saw me. Well, nothing between he and I. I didn't like, that he attacked Antonio Morgan. But then, the next day or two, that video come out, and he wants me to knuckle up or shut up. So just based on everything dating back to 2019 and all the shit that's happened this year, he wants me to knuckle up or shut up. So I'm going to knuckle up. Plain and simple. I'm going to knuckle up.
Okay.
Whatever happens, happens. But I don't feel like the bullshit's going to stop until we actually do some damage, so to speak. So that's what's going to happen. We're not going to wrestle. I'm not a wrestler. I'm not trained to wrestle. We're going to fight legally where there's no legal consequences to it. I tried the legal route. He didn't care about that. So there ain't no sense in going that route. All that frustration that he has with me or why he goes around. I mean, he's been doing it forever. I mean, everybody in the locker room just kind of gives him a pass because they don't want confrontation with him. He comes across like that. He doesn't scare me. He doesn't intimidate me. I don't care. You know, I could take ass whooping as good as I can give one, so whatever. But yeah, he said he wants to talk shit about my backyard and all that shit. You know, well, come on with it. You know, one of us is getting our ass kicked.
Well, by the end of it, you both might beat the shit out of each other.
Well, I mean, it's no rules, and I have never fought fair. Never. I mean,
Man, look,
I start losing, I'm grabbing the first thing that ain't nailed down, and I'm gonna try to kill you with it. So, you know, I guess the fans will get their money's worth off of that alone, because I would hope that after that there would be no more. I don't feel like dealing with the drama. I don't feel like people sending me screenshots of shit he's posting. You know, I had him blocked there for a while. They kept sending the screenshots. I finally just unblocked him, and so I just go, you know, when somebody says he's put something up, I'll go look, you know, and it's like, you know. So, but here's the thing, though. If you want the video that you played, there was some stuff that he said in it that I would like to address. Like the very first thing he said was that I bought my way into the business through kissing Jay Eagle's ass. Well, I challenge anybody that's listening, or even him, to contact Jay Eagle and ask Jay Eagle just exactly how much money he profited by knowing me. You know, and I think you'll get a reasonable answer. He also said that I was a wannabe promoter. Well, I've run, as of November 13th, this many shows.
5 shows this year.
Yeah, he's ran 1. Who's the wannabe? I'm not a wannabe. I am. I've run.
Yeah.
I will have run, hopefully, 5 successful shows come November 13th. So those 2 are debunked. Then he said, what was the other thing he said? A backyard goof. I think that's what he said.
Do you want me to play the video for you?
Nah, I don't need to hear the video. Makes me mad. I mean, you can say anybody that has to bring up the backyard, I mean, that's just envy talking, and it makes me feel good. Every single son of a bitch that has to bring up backyard is because they can't believe it's working, and they can't believe how nice it is, and it's just blowing their minds, and, you know, yada, yada. You know, all it is I decided to run shows. I didn't feel like spending a fucking fortune doing it. So I did this. I tested the water. The water's fine. You know, people are coming to the shows. They love the place. The workers love the place. I don't give a shit where it's at. It's the product that's coming out of it. And if you look back at the cards, there's not a damn bad card ever. Every match, top notch. So I don't care about the location. It's the product coming out, and we put out a good product. So I don't really care what Randy Wayne says. I ain't been in a fight in a long time, but trust me, I have been doing my part physically, getting ready for it. And anybody that thinks it's a work, all I can tell you is buy you a ticket and come to the show, because I intend to whoop his fucking ass. And if it don't happen, he's going to whoop mine. But either way, the bullshit stops on November 13th, hopefully.
Yeah. Got a few comments to catch up on. Earlier, it was mentioned, I got Mitch on this one. Sorry, Garrett. I agree with that sentiment. I really do believe that Mitch Robertson's going to beat Garrett. Lazarus Black from the Black Society. This is a fight I'm looking forward to. Hell yeah. He said, I don't see a wannabe anything. I see a promoter, plain and simple. Hell yeah.
Exactly. Anybody that's tearing you down is jealous.
Right? He just mad that Mud Show legends like me and Thomas Extreme stay booked and AWL stays packed. Dude, why do people shit on Thomas Extreme? I fucking love Thomas.
I like Thomas too. I think I reached out to him once, but I haven't reached out to him again. But I mean, I would book him.
Dude, Thomas Extreme is an honor to have in the locker room. I'm going to tell you that firsthand. Hold on. I'm pulling the curtain back on this one, and it's okay because it's me. I'm allowed to do this. anybody else, y'all might catch shit. When a motherfucker walks into the locker room and sees the board, and underline means they're going over. And he walks up to the board, erases the line underneath of his fucking name, and underlines the other guy's name and says, I'm not going over him. No, we're not doing that.
I don't know what that means. I don't even know what you're talking about.
In other words, he walked into the locker room.
I mean, all that over shit, I don't know anything. I don't know anything about that.
What? In other words, man, he's a solid dude that wants to put other talent ahead of himself. He's a very selfless talent.
Yeah.
He's a solid worker. He's a good worker. He's pretty safe, even if he is a mud show goof, as Lazarus said.
Well, look, if you ain't the one saying it, everybody's a mud show goof. The only one that ain't a mud show goof is the motherfucker calling everybody a mud show goof. That's the only one that ain't a mud show goof. Everybody else is a mud show goof. So if you want to call people a mud show goof, then that means you're not a mud show goof, because that's how that works.
Okay.
You know
so if I call, I wish it worked that way for the lottery and shit. Like everybody else, you're not a lottery winner.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, there you go. Everybody else, you're not the winner.
Hey, it's $1.19 billion.
Yeah, it's gonna be 1.2. Yeah. By the time
1.19.
1.19. Yeah.
Yeah, 1.9. I mean, just 1,019,000,000.
No, Jimmy.
Not 19 million, because that would be way.
190 million.
190 million.
Yes, so that's 1.19 billion. When it goes to 1.2, it'll be 1,200,000,000.
200 million, right?
Yeah, it'll be that by the drawing Saturday night.
It goes up about 20 million every time somebody don't win.
Try again. It damn near doubled. It damn near doubled last time.
The higher it gets, the more people start buying. So yeah, then there's more money invested. But on an average, when it starts over, it'll jump up 20, 40 million each time.
Yeah. Right.
But the higher it gets,
the higher it gets, the faster it goes up.
You can't win if you ain't playing.
This is true. People like to bitch about the people who make them feel insecure. They're mad Jimmy can pack a backyard and that people like me can get over with a light tube better than they can with a headlock. Yeah, I mean, I see your point there. I've got an interesting picture of you, Lazarus, as well that I have to cover shortly.
Well,
but that's
for anybody that doesn't believe it, anybody thinks it's the work. Well, come and see. Come and watch. You're going to see two guys beat the fuck out of each other. That's what you're going to see.
I'm here for it.
Up stopping it. That's my guess.
Okay. You think a ref's going to have to just step in and say this is over?
Well, I don't know how you ref a fight, but I guess apparently when one has had enough, or one is, it's obvious, one's losing or whatever. If that doesn't happen, then it's obviously the two are going at it and are probably going to kill each other. So it had to be stopped either way. But as long as this happens, as long as all the bullshit that is taking place can be answered, hopefully it'll be the end of it. Otherwise, whatever happens on the 13th will continue to happen every time I see him. I mean, and I don't think he wants that. I don't want it, but I don't think he wants it. He may want it on camera, but I don't think he would want it in real life. He lives 2 hours from me, so I can't just bump into him. Otherwise, it may have already happened. But he said, knuckle up or shut up. You have a play. You're running a show. He's going to beat the brakes off of me and all that shit. Well, anybody knows me knows I don't stop, so there are no brakes on me. You can't beat the brakes off of something that don't have brakes. I'm actually looking forward to it. It's got me excited. It's got me back working out and stuff. Just kind of, I've been a little lazy and getting a little chunky, but I've been working on that too. I'm just going to come out the gate hard, right out the muscle. You have to with him. saying he's a slouch and I'm gonna walk right through his ass. I know better than that. But
Well,
hey,
not only that, but he was a fucking Marine.
he slapped Cole, he shoved me, he slapped Cole, he shoved Tim Godfrey, he attacked Randy Wayne with a chair. I
He
mean,
attacked Antonio Morgan,
who did I say?
Randy Wayne.
Oh, okay. He's in
Yeah.
there.
He's in your head.
If I'm putting him in every position, obviously. Now, yeah, Antonio is my guy, and I had Antonio booked for the 13th, and so he kind of jeopardized that booking with that move. And Derek Vanderford thinks that shit's funny, and Derek Vanderford's he's on the list. He's on the list. I just want to be a promoter. Randy Wayne has put me in this position. You can't shove me. And I can't do anything about it. You can't show up on my property when you ain't supposed to, and I can't do anything about it. You can't challenge me, tell me to knuckle up or shut up and talk shit in the process, and I can't do anything about it. So I got to do something about it. So I'm going to do something about it on the 13th, and hopefully that'll be the end of it.
Right. Lazarus Black chimed in and said, "Oh, please do. I'm interested to see it." Oh, neat. I've got a new bot on YouTube. Wait till you check this out. Look at this. Sexfind.info. Great. Thanks. Fucking jack off program. Jesus Christ.
But anyway, November is a Sunday show. Doors open at 1:30. Bell time's at 2:30. All seats are $10. Come and get what you want. First come, first serve. You want ringside, get there early.
Man, I'm going to tell you one thing. If it's anything like it was today, man, it's going to be nice as hell outside.
Well, it's still showing 65 degrees, and it says the real feel 65 degrees. I'll take 65 degrees over 110 any day.
Yeah, that 110 can suck it.
Yeah. So it's going to be a good day. It's a Sunday. It's outside. It's going to be 65 degrees. 5 solid matches in one brawl. I would say 5 wrestling matches and 1 MMA. You can't go wrong. Every match is good. All the competitors are good. It's just going to be a badass time. The Welford Pavilion is always a bring your own beer venue. You're entitled to bring not entitled. You're welcome to bring your own beer if you want to. The canteen will have canteen stuff.
Yeah.
It's going to be a fun day. I don't think you can't go anywhere that weekend and get anything better.
Lazarus Black said, "I fully intend on being there, booked or not." Derek Vanderford chimed in.
Oh,
Here we go. He said, "I think you all are in for a very rude awakening. I can't wait." Well, Mr. Vanderford, I mean, seeing as I know, it's great to have a fan who watches your show. I appreciate you for that. Did you have something you wanted to add to this? Is that what that is? Is there somebody else watching that's sitting in the crowd, nice and quiet, who hasn't chimed in?
Derek Vanderford guy now.
Yeah, well, I'm trying to find out. I'm trying to figure out, who all's sitting there in the background, hiding in the corner. Didn't know if they needed an invite and they had something they wanted to say on here.
And let me say this. The thing that escalated the 52 Reasons the ordeal, where he posted, you go on social media and you make a post about an incident at a show that you were not on, and then you tag this Wish knockoff version of Arn Anderson to come in and help you exploit it. To me, it was like that's bullying. That's fucking bullying. I don't care what anybody says. It's bullying. If you're not on the show, it ain't none of your business. You can talk about it, yeah, but why make a social media post about it? And then when I talked to him in private about how I felt about it, I was not disrespectful. A matter of fact, I didn't even cuss, and Cole can attest to this. I was reasonably talking to him, and he was disrespecting me. He was unreasonable, and he was disrespecting me. So that's kind of why it, if we could have resolved it right then so be it. But because he's the one that also mentioned that, we ain't never liked each other. Well, it ain't that I ain't never liked him. It's just that he come in at a bad time and he formed an opinion about me, and then that's where it's been. So it ain't none of my doing, man. I try to get along with people, but I ain't gonna put up with shit neither. So, but yeah, he was very disrespectful, and then he shoved me at Hendersonville, and then it just kept going from there. So, gonna fight.
Yep.
Simple as that.
Lazarus Black chimed in. He said, hell, hopefully planning on making it out to the pavilion, even if it's just a train. And then Derek Vanderford chimed in. He said, look, Ferguson, I have to sometimes watch bullshit to stay informed. Dude, I hate to break it to you. You could go look at yourself in the fucking mirror and get all the bullshit you ever wanted. You don't have to come to my show where I inform everybody about all the big happenings in indie wrestling in the area. Do you know why I'm the one who is tied into all this shit? Because everybody trusts me to deliver what they want.
Exactly.
That's why I'm the one that represents all these badass companies and does all this work for all these people, is because they trust me to do it. So you talking about staying informed.
Tell Derek to go tell Randy that buying my way into the business by kissing Jay Eagle's ass is a hell of a lot better than watching any of his matches.
I'm pretty sure he could tell that to him, or Randy may be sitting in the damn back and just not saying anything. Hey, I've had problems with Randy, but business is business, and now he understands that Cole and Jimmy aren't his friends. Dude.
Well,
yeah,
he won't let people be his friend.
That's why he keeps saying shit like no friends by design.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what he's saying. So if he's saying that, what the why are you trying to spin it that he's trying to say they aren't his friends when he doesn't want friends? You're trying to make it sound like something completely different, Derek, and you're fucking failing at it. I thought you were good at this shit.
He said, and now he sees that Cole and Jimmy are not his friends, as if we've done something to wrong him.
Yeah, you guys didn't do anything.
That's what that implied.
Derek congratulates me on a 3-year run. I'm just getting started.
I've got a 2023 plan for Derek Vanderford. I wish we were ringing in a new year tomorrow.
Man. And then you got David Dudley's in here laughing his fucking ass off at everything we're saying. Derek, thank you for congratulating me on 3 years. Congratulations on what? How long have you been? You were a ring boy 40 years ago, so there's that. I don't know.
Don't be savage.
He was a ring attendant? Yeah, that's it.
He'll hit you with the resume.
I've had the resume. I've read the resume. I may still have it somewhere here. I think he sent it to me on a PDF. Fairly confident. Let's see. Cole said he slaps me from trying to save him from being arrested, and I want his friends. Well, yeah, exactly. Tiffany Childers chimed in. She said, hey, guys, hopefully I'll get to come next Sunday. You're definitely going to miss a great show if you don't come. It's that simple.
I think it's just going to be rock and roll from the start. From the open to the finish.
The card is badass. The venue's badass. It looks like fun.
You can
look at this.
You can totally come here and be yourself. You can relax. You're outside, man. It's like a backyard cookout, and we got some wrestling.
Yep. Derek is a fucking joke, is what somebody said. David Dudley said Derek is a fucking joke.
Damn.
Good Lord. Damn, Doc. Old Doc said that.
In other words, what David Dudley is saying is if I walk over there and beat the holy hell out of Derek Vanderford and he's laying there bleeding out, the medic's not going to help him.
That's an interesting point. David, you got to be kind of political about this. That could cost you your medical thing.
I'll tell you what I would do, though.
This guy's a fucking tard. I'm convinced Derek Vanderford must be high or drunk or both. He said, I may bring Scott Larson to handle your ass. Hey, genius. Scott and I have already discussed this. I was going to pick him up and bring him to Jimmy's fucking show. Where have you been, you chode? Jesus.
Oh, he must not know y'all. Y'all all right now.
He didn't know the whole thing was a work. I guess as much as he's been in this business and supposed to be knowing all these great things, he didn't know that was a work when Ray Charles couldn't have seen it, and he's both deaf, dead, and fucking blind.
Well, I mean,
Lord.
birds of a feather flock together, and him and Randy are running. You know,
I guess David said, "I see nothing." So the medic's going to be in the back busy working on somebody else. He ain't even going to see what happened. And then, I've known Randy Wayne for 20 years. Derek Vanderford, you ain't his friend either. Mark my words, sir.
exactly.
That was Casey Leanne said that. All I know is hashtag truth is a real show. Yeah, I know they're a real show. They just advertised my show 20 minutes before I came on air. Like 5 fucking times.
Derek's after your ass now.
And, he can get in fucking line.
That's
But
what
he's got a long...
He told me today when I told him that I was coming for his ass, and he said, "Yeah, get in line with the rest of them." That's exactly what he told me today.
Really? Well,
Yeah.
There's a ton of people in this, and there's a whole bunch of people that have got my back on this. I mean, as many friends as Derek Vanderford has in this industry, I'm pretty sure I could shell out a couple of them. Speaking of,
I wish Randy would go get on this motherfucking podcast tonight. That's what I wish.
you wish Randy Wayne would get on here? Well, look, Jimmy, we're going to keep this going. I'm going to bring up a comment here. Even though I never participated, I know how prostitution works. Randy Wayne is the biggest prostitute to get money and a spotlight.
And
Good Lord.
Derek is his pimp.
Some people have never been punched in the mouth, and it shows.
Exactly.
That's what Lazarus said. Now, we gotta do something, y'all. This right here, this is a promoter, Eric Nelson. Eric Nelson runs Stranglehold Championship Wrestling.
Wow.
And guess what? That's the very next segment of this show. That's where this show is heading. Because we have talked about November pain. We are heading into the final segment.
Good. I'm going to shower and go to bed because 3 o'clock comes early. But,
Hell yeah. Well, you have a great night.
brother,
Guys. Yep. Appreciate you. Thanks for coming on, Jimmy.
Yep.
So, we're going to talk about the upcoming shows. And in this segment, we're going to talk about Stranglehold Championship Wrestling because Stranglehold Championship Wrestling and I have come to an agreement. And hey, Lazarus, me too. I'm going to be at Stranglehold in February, but you got to let me get to February. Can you let me get to February? Hey, look. Yep. Hey, Laz. See, look. This is how shit gets done. Business gets done right here on the Thursday Night Indie Spotlight. So let's go ahead and get caught up. We already know we got November Pain on the 13th. That's coming up. We've already talked about XWW on the 11th. So you've got the 11th and the 13th. I believe there's a show on the 12th, but don't quote me because I don't know yet. If it ain't brought to if it's not sent here, it doesn't go here. That's how this works. If it's not sent to me, I don't put it up. It's got to be sent to me directly. So after November 13th, November Pain, we go to Holiday Havoc, which is December 3rd, Union, South Carolina for Pro Wrestling Union. I'm excited for this one. Take a look here. Pro Wrestling Union Interim Heavyweight Championship, Drew Hood, Bebop. Got a women's matchup, Ella Envy versus Brittany Jade. You've got the Heart Killers versus the Heat Seekers for the Tag Team Championship. Also on the card, I see Cam Jackson, I see Antonio Morgan, I see Christopher Prince, and I see Black Cat Dion Johnson. Don't know what all is coming up, but man, 5-time NWA Tag Team Champions versus the current Pro Wrestling Union Tag Team Champions. Let's fucking go. Look at these two badass women here. I am super excited to see this. Brittany Jade is a badass. She is legit as they come. I've never seen Ella, so I'm really hyped to see Ella Envy. And we know the interim title will be on the line as Drew Hood defends against the number one contender, Bebop. Now, let's talk December. Now we know December 16th, Thomas Scott's already mentioned that December 16th, there'll be another Pro Wrestling Savage. So the moment I get the poster, I'll be putting it up here. But we've got December 18th, or did he say, he might have said 19th. I think he said December 19th. So the 18th is in XWW Winter Bash. Doors open 6:30, showtime is 7. Monroe, North Carolina. Tickets available online. That is going to be a bad show. Look at this. Look at this. Look at the flyer. You got Cam Jackson, Elijah Proctor. You got Mitch Robertson. You got the other guys. I see Lodi. I see Thomas Extreme. I see Madman Fulton and Swagger from Impact Wrestling. I see Christopher Prince, Bosworth, James Johnson, Jordan Holt. Man, look at this lineup. Jesus Christ. It's going insane. Now, Eric Nelson said, I'm all ears. Yes, sir. And then Lazarus Black is right, Ron. You haven't. And it does show. And from what I hear, Eric Nelson is a gentleman. Yeah. I've worked for Eric before, and I'm going to keep working for Eric. Derek, thanks. I appreciate it. Appreciate your blessing, I guess. Eric said, wow, thank you, sir. All the best. Hell yeah, man. Ella chopped the hell out of me a few years ago. Dude, I'm not surprised. She looked like she could knock the shit out of me. So I'm all down for that. So now we're going to start talking about 2023 because, ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be insane down here. And you just signed Thomas Extreme? Dude. Oh boy! All right, so Eric, do you want to just get me a bus to drive, and I'll like bring all the talent from up here down there? Like, is that what we want to do? Like, we can figure this out. I'll send you the video of the chops after the show, dude. Fuck it, send it to me now in Facebook Messenger, and I'll fucking play it because I think it'll be funny. So do that. That'll be fine. Unless you really want to watch the show, which is okay too. But let's see here. Stranglehold Championship Wrestling is coming back February 24th and 25th. Now, next week, we're going to have a representative from, or no, not next week. Damn it, I'm getting my weeks mixed up. I believe we are talking about on the 17th. On the 17th, we're going to have a show. We're not going to have one on the 24th. The 17th, we will do a review of the November Pain show, but we're going to have a representative from Stranglehold Championship Wrestling. Eric Nelson, it may be Eric. It may be somebody else, but it's somebody in that company is coming on here to chat with us. So we're going to talk all about this event. They're going to tell us how many cards is involved in this because it's 2 days. So I've got to guess there's more than one card for this because I've got 15 damn pictures, and I don't know what all is that but I know that there's a lot to it. So we're going to run through this. Deion Summers and Eddie Honcho have been announced for the Mike Money Classic. What is this? Yes, it is. Okay. Yes, it is. Ryan Mantis sent me a TikTok. I can't open a TikTok in here. You need to send it to me directly on Messenger, Ryan. I don't know what your TikTok's for. But there it is. Well, dude, I can't open a TikTok video. I don't think I can download this. All right, hang on. What a pain in the ass. You guys are killing me with this. I need like the actual video file. Why would you do this to me? I want the actual video file. That'd be great. Because this is killing me. Oh, come on, man. So let's see here. Share screen. I'm gonna have to do it this way to make it make sense. Here, we're gonna play this, and I'm gonna keep going with the talk from Stranglehold Championship Wrestling. Dude, do you see how hard it is for people to see this? This is ridiculous. Is there any way to zoom this in? What am I doing? Here we go. What the hell is that? I thought that was a chop. What is this? Mantis, what the hell are you doing to me? Yeah, stop sharing the screen. For God's sakes, guys, I thought you were gonna send me like something legit. You send me that. What are you doing? Good God. Oh Lord. All right, so let's see here. For the Stranglehold Heavyweight Championship, you've got the Real Drago versus Nick the Tank Abrams. I have no clue who Nick Abrams is, but I'm gonna tell you one thing. Goldberg in his prime would have hated to meet the Real Drago. I said what the fuck I said, and I mean what I say. Let's see here. You've got Bloodbath 3. Remington Thor, Aiden Blackheart, D Money, Madman Pondo, Unbreakable Chet Ripley, and Dangerous Danny Horn. You've got House of Horrors matchup. Strike 9 and Chet Ripley again. You've got, I can't pronounce his name, so I'll have to definitely get with him before before the show. Blackheart and Ricka Wildage, or was that Wildly? I guess it's Wildly. You got Madman Pondo and D Money in a cage of death. You've got a Taipei death match between Satu Jin and Brad Cash. Dirty Don Invitational. This is a tag team tournament, I believe. Fiji Wildman and Satu Jin. You've got Legion will be entering the Dirty Don Invitational. We've got Elemento and a mystery partner. Now, they are representative of the World's Elite, whose principal backer is Michael King. Anthony Devlin and Raven Skylark. You got that guy coming in. You got the Black Society are going to be part of the Dirty Don Invitational, so that's awesome. There's some familiar faces. And we've got Luca Daniels, as seen on AEW and WWE, versus Dynamic Dexter. You know what? Where in the hell? You know which one I don't have? I think we're going to, you know what? We're not going to talk about that one. We're going to talk about that next week. Eric, we're going to talk about that other match next week. That way I know. And that way you know. And that way we can kind of set the tone with that one. You know exactly which matchup I'm talking about too. We're going to talk about that next week. Live and in living color right here or in 2 weeks time right here on the Thursday Night Indie Spotlight. You and me are going to talk about that matchup because you got another one announced that we're just going to hold on to that just a little bit longer. I know people out there can go and see it. People out there know who it is. I'm not ready to talk about it yet. I'm not ready for it yet. So we'll wait. But all right, so now I've got the chops sent to me. So hang tight. Let me download this. Oh, I don't want to do that. Let's see here. Show me the file, and then rename. Let's see here. We're gonna open this up. Good grief. Extra video file. What is this? All right, here we go, guys.
Gosh, what a chop. Oh my gosh, what a chop.
He just brushing it off, though. Asking for another one. Obviously not effective.
Uh-oh. Look at this. She warmed it up. Oh. Oh my
Oh.
God. What a chop.
That might be it.
Good God, dude. Jesus. I can tell you got her back. Good Lord. Yeah, Mantis, yeah, I'm dying laughing too. What the fuck did you do to me? Thank you for sending me the chops. Truth, Eric Nelson, this is going to be insane. And thank you for the opportunity. I'm really looking forward to traveling down to Macon, Georgia and giving it a go, man. I'm excited. I can't freaking wait. I am ready for. I'm ready for everything next year has to offer already because this year has been a bust ass year. I've been on the road. I've traveled. I've worked my ever loving ass off at a bunch of shows. I've worked with some fantastic people. I've met a million people out there right now, and I love every second of it. So I am really excited. I am very grateful for the opportunity. I can't wait to see what next year has in store for everybody, man. All the shows we work with, all the shows involved, everywhere from you know it don't matter what state we're in, North or South Kakalaki, Georgia. Hell, I don't give a shit. Let's go to Tennessee. Let's go to Florida. I don't give a damn. Let's go everywhere. I'm we can hit the road and just make money, and I'm down for the ride. So, Laz said I got her back too, and that was the day Ella and I became friends. That's hilarious. Eric, I'm looking very forward to February. Thank you again. And yes, so folks, you have now seen the whole show and nothing but the show because we've announced everything. We've announced a brand new partnership with XWW. Manny Mac, unfortunately, the promoter from XWW was a bit busy tonight and was unable to attend. And there was a whole lot of that. I'm grateful for the opportunity from XWW because this show and Sunday's show is going to be there on the XWW Roku TV network that they have. You can check that out. Then you've got all these other wonderful wrestling shows coming up that we've announced between XWW, AWL. You've got Pro Wrestling Union. You've got Stranglehold. You've got Pro Wrestling Savage. Everybody's been announced. You've got all these shows being announced. If you want to know where the best wrestling is, follow me because I'm going to lead you there. I guess that's why they call me the Saint because I'm going to take your asses to the promised land. So, folks, thank you for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. And it's been real. It's been fun. Hell, it's been real fun. Y'all be safe. We'll see you at the Indies. Have a great night. And I'll see you soon, sir.